Hello guys, I am going to show you guys how to make vinegar eels. Probably, no, won't even say probably, but definitely the easiest thing I've ever cultured. Seriously, it's awesome for like fry and for tiny fish. My the pea puffers love it. My scarlet baddest and black tiger darios, they love it. Even my guppies like it, especially the babies, of course. Yeah, it's a really great thing, and it's really hard to see them because they're little tiny. But yeah, so what you're gonna need, you're gonna need an apple, knife, cutting board. I mean, you can use your counter, but honestly, come on, folks, let's have a little class. I'm just kidding. You're gonna need a clear I prefer a clear container. It doesn't have to be clear, I guess. It can be frosted and white because I've got one right here that it's starter culture. It's frosted and white. Anyway, the clear ones make it easier to see. So clear culture, apple cider vinegar. Although I will tell you that I have used many times white vinegar and it works just fine. Maybe they might grow a little slower, but so far I've not had that problem. So anyway, so first thing we do, we cut the apple up. We make sure, just cut it just small enough to fit inside the hole. And that is what the vinegar eels will eat. Then you're gonna shove them in the bottle. 1 second, and I'll be right back while I do that. Okay, they are in the bottle. In the bottle. Oh, let's not advertise for, let's not advertise. In the bottle. Next thing we're gonna do is we're going to put our stupid hand, our starter culture, which I don't know if you can see it or not. Here, let me see if I can show you. If the best way to check and see if they're in there or not is to take a light and put it on the other side and see if you can see the wigglies. I think you probably can, maybe. Wigglies. I'm blocking everything with my hand. Sorry, guys. But anyway, you see the wiggly white cloudy mess in there? That's vinegar eels. Vinegar eels. All that foamy looking stuff on the top, that's vinegar eels. Anyway, we're going to pour this in here. We're going to pour probably enough to fit until right about here-ish. Because you want about a third of the bottle to be the culture. Or however much, like it depends on your culture. If you've got a big culture and you can split it into multiples, you're going to only want to do about a third of your bottle to be your culture. However, if you've got a small culture, you can put it in there and just pour the whole thing in there if you just want one. But the important part is that you leave room because we're going to fill it up next with vinegar. Okay, now so we've got the culture in. I accidentally put too much in there, but that's okay. We'll just have a little less room for the vinegar water mixture. Okay, so next thing we're going to do, see, we're going to fill it total to about up here. So we've got about this much in there, so we're going to fill it to probably about right here with vinegar. Okay, we filled it about a third of the way, half of the rest of the way, which is about a third of the bottle, with vinegar. Now, here's the thing. We used apple cider vinegar this time, and that is kind of the go-to. It's what everybody likes to use. But I have used white vinegar, and I will be using white vinegar again when I split these cultures. And I have seen or heard no issues, have had no issues, no dying off, no nothing like that. So, yeah, I'm going to... I use white vinegar and will be using white vinegar. But I would say if you're unsure, just stick with the apple cider vinegar. I only use the white vinegar because it was half the price of apple cider vinegar, and I could not afford apple cider vinegar at the time because it was like $7 for a big bottle, and I needed to split my cultures, so I tried white vinegar, and it works out well. So the next thing we will do, like I said, is we will fill it back about up to here with water, just regular. I use plain tap water, but my tap water I'm lucky. It doesn't have a lot of chlorine or anything in it, so I haven't noticed a big enough problem to dechlorinate it or whatever. But I'm sure there are people out there that are going, oh, we need bottled water, we need distilled water only, or RO water. No, I figure as long as you have little to no chlorine in it, you're good to go. See, mine, like I said, my water has very little chlorine in it. Chlorine or chloramines in it. I'm not sure which one it is. So I don't worry about it. But if you have a lot of chlorine or chloramines in it, or yeah, you're going to want to maybe uh, let it gas out. I don't know if that really works or not. I've never tried it, but you're going to want to dechlorinate it in some way. If you've got chloramines in your water, gassing it out will not help. So anyway, and then the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to either put like a piece of polyfill in here, or in like this case, the neck is really big, so the polyfill would just fall off. And I would put a paper towel over it with a rubber band around it. See, the thing is, you're going to need this open-ish because they're going to need to breathe the oxygen, where they're going to need air exchange into the vinegar. And if you cover it completely, they will eventually run out of oxygen. If you just leave it open like this, you'll have all kinds of dead bugs and dead stuff that'll go in there. So you don't want that. You really, really, really want to cover it with something. And then, if you will give me a moment, I will show you. I will fix this, and I will show you how I harvest the vinegar eels. Okay, so in order to harvest them, you're going to need a few things, not anything major. Now, I will tell you, this is not the way that you'll see most people do it. Most people do this thing where you put some polyfill in the top and the neck of a bottle, and you fill it with water above the polyfill, I think so. And then it pulls the vinegar eels up through they have to come up through the polyfill. It's a whole ordeal. You have to leave it sitting like that for a while, and it's a pain in the butt. This is how I do it, and it's a lot faster. A little bit annoying, but a lot faster. So, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get a container with however big you might need it to be to hold the vinegar eels with, and I put tank water in mine. You might be able to use chlorinated water, tap water, whatever, probably, but I just use tank water because it's easier. Then you're going to need a taller container to hold the vinegar. So what you're going to do is, either a paper towel or a coffee filter or something. So I use paper towels because that's usually what I got on hand. And you're going to stick the coffee filter over the top of the container. I always put a little indentation in mine because it holds the liquid better, and it gives it time. So, and then you're going to take your culture, and you're going to pour it over the paper towel and let it drain down into the bottom through the paper towel. So you're going to strain the vinegar eels out with the paper towel. Now, from what I understand, the paper towel will grab the big adult vinegar eels and leave the babies to go back in the vinegar to go back in the culture. So we're going to do. We're going to do this. Let it drain a little bit. When it's done draining, oh well, it's not quite done draining yet. Let's give it a second. Okay, and then when it's done draining, you're going to take the part that has the vinegar eels on it. You're going to rinse it all in this tank water. And then once the tank water, it's been rinsed in the tank water, you're going to do this a time or two depending on how many you need. But look at this. Look at all these. Can you see all the little speckies rolling around in there?
Not really. Let me look from the top.
Okay. See that?
Oh, yeah.
That is vinegar eels. Anyway, you're going to do this as many times as you need to get as many vinegar eels as you want. But there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds in there. So you're not going to need a lot. And then the next thing you're going to do after that, you're going to take your culture and you're going to pour the remaining vinegar back in your culture. Now, here's one thing I want to do. If you don't have a plastic cup if you're not using a plastic container that you can kind of bend and pour it, you're going to want a funnel because you do not want vinegar everywhere like I just got it. You're going to pour that back in there, put the lid on, and you are ready to go. And then now all you do is get a turkey baster, or you just pour it into the tank or whatever you want to do, like this. And you just pour a bunch in there, and that had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of vinegar eels in it, and those freaking baby guppies are gonna go nuts. So anyway, guys, that is how you culture vinegar eels. Really super freaking easy, super easy. So if you have any questions, throw them in the comments below. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. Usually, not gonna commit to this, but usually I have a live stream on Saturdays, so check it out. Subscribe so you can keep updated. Maybe we can have a live and talk together or something. Anyway, have a great day.